Hello and welcome to the Spartan Sports Report. I'm AJ Evans.
And I'm Marin Klein. We start today on the hardwood. The Michigan State's men's basketball team on a 3-game losing streak and coming off a blowout against Iowa.
Tom Izzo was surely looking for his team to stop their skid, but that was not going to be an easy task against number 4 Purdue. The fans were on their feet early and often during this one. Here's Mel Tucker courtside in the Izzone, and we start off early on in the first half. Here's A.J. Hogard getting the strip on Jaden Ivey and taking it coast to coast, going behind the back for the easy layup. Hogard would finish the game with 11 points and a game-high 6 assists. On the very next play down for MSU, here's Gabe Brown finding Joey Hauser for the 3 to put MSU up by 5 with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Purdue would not go down without a fight, though. Moving on now, here's Jaden Ivey getting the tough finish to go midway through the second half. And the back and forth battle would continue throughout the rest of the second half. And we move on to now Max Christie throwing an alley-oop to Marcus Bingham to put MSU up by 5 with just over 3 minutes left. And now, the play of the game. With the score knotted at 65, Tyson Walker drills the three-pointer with a second left in the game to seal the victory for the Spartans. MSU wins 68-65 over the 4th-ranked Boilermakers. And Ian Gilmore has more from the Breslin Center.
Tom Izzo this week promised changes to this MSU team. We saw it in the starting lineup, and then we saw it in the energy of his players on the court. And then the re-energized MSU crowd got to see a game-winning three-pointer over number 4 Purdue.
What did it feel like to you when you let it go?
Good. That's just that shot right there is how I've always done that move since I was in freshman high school. So I just knew once I left my hand, it was good. I told him to take us home. Just flat out, just told him to take us home.
See, I know Tyson moves like the back of my hand. I knew he was gonna step back. I ain't even go crash because I knew it was good. So
the crowd was one of the heroes. They were unbelievable tonight. Felt like old times. Mateen said that in the locker room. Tuck, it just felt like the way we used to play and the way our crowd used to react.
I just think us getting up out of our little slump was just big today coming. That was our focus. Getting a win, a huge win against a top 5 team and just trying to get back on track.
Now the question for Izzo and his crew is, can MSU sustain this type of energy and this type of performance? Well, we'll find out Tuesday night as MSU travels to Michigan to take on the Wolverines. At the Breslin Center, Ian Gilmore, Spartan Sports Report.
MSU gets their biggest win of the season, and they are now 10-7 in Big Ten play. Like Ian said, MSU is in Ann Arbor tomorrow. Tip-off against Michigan is at 8:30 on Fox Sports 1. This week, MSU also travels to Columbus to play Ohio State. Then they cap off the regular season with a home game versus Maryland on Sunday.
Women's basketball returned to the Breslin on Sunday for senior night after falling to the number 6 ranked rival, Michigan, on Thursday evening. Spartan seniors Alicia Smith, Tamara Farquhar, Laurel Jackman, and Nia Clouden were all honored in their last game at East Lansing on Sunday. Starting their first quarter, Clouden coming in looking for a pass, but takes it herself for a layoff to start the Spartans off. Now on the other side, Ohio State guard J.C. Sheldon pushed past MSU defense and gets the bucket in for the Buckeyes. Now Eck with the ball on the arc, can't get the opportunity, but she finds Farquhar in the paint, who gets the ball in the net for the Spartans. Again with the Buckeyes, Sheldon has the ball, looking for a pass, and gets it to teammate Tanya Beecham, who fakes the shot, then makes it, keeping Ohio State in the lead. After a hard-fought game by both teams, the Buckeyes came out on top with a 61-55 victory over the Spartans.
But what I've appreciated about the senior class is I think they've gotten the most out of themselves. I think they've been the best versions of themselves and maybe even exceeded expectations for their skill set and the minutes that they play.
The Spartans will be heading to Indianapolis later this week to play in the Big Ten tournament, where they are the number 8 seed. Their first match will be Thursday morning against Purdue, tip-off at 11:30.
MSU's hockey struggles continued on Friday. They gave up 4 goals in the third period to lose 5-3 to Penn State in the first game of their weekend series. The Spartans were looking to end a 13-game losing streak on senior night Saturday. Michigan State was wrapping up their regular season. First period, Josh Nodler finds the back of the net off of a rebound and scores his 7th goal of the season and gives MSU a 1-0 lead. Later on in the first, Penn State's Kevin Wall gets a good pass and ties the game at 1-1. End of the first here, Adam Goodsir dumps the puck into himself and puts it on net, and it finds its way into the back of the net, which is his 2nd of the year, 2-1 Spartans. That goal will be the game winner, and the Spartans snap their 13-game losing streak. This means MSU will take on Michigan in the Big Ten tournament this week.
Like I said, when we've done things that we wanted to do, we've had time of success against them, but I don't think we've been good enough over 60. And again, that won't get us there. But like I said, I've been in situations, won Stanley Cup with the team that wasn't favored in any series they were in.
Game 1 of the 2 out of 3 series is Friday. Puck drop in Ann Arbor is at 7 p.m.
The Michigan State track and field team traveled to Geneva, Ohio over the weekend to compete in the Big Ten Indoor Championships. Earning all Big Ten honors were seniors Sophia Franklin and Jenna Magnus, who finished first in the women's pole vault and 5K respectively. On the men's side, the distance medley relay team finished 3rd, while grad student Morgan Beatlescombe took the 3rd in both the 5K and mile. The women's team took 7th place in the meet, while the men finished 8th overall. Up next for a select group of Spartans is the NCAA Indoor Championships in Birmingham, Alabama on March 11th and 12th.
The record-breaking Spartan gymnastics team traveled to Columbus to face the Buckeyes in a dual meet on Saturday. The team soared on both the balance beam and floor exercise, earning overall scores of 49-50 on each event. Even after these performances, they ended up falling just short of the Buckeyes with a total team score of 196-875. The Spartans moved to number 12 in the national rankings after this weekend. They look to rebound this weekend back at home at their senior meet on Saturday at 7 p.m. at Jennison Fieldhouse.
The women's tennis hosted Bowling Green over the weekend, and they were coming in 5-1. Let's start off with some doubles action. Here's number 1 doubles getting the active at the net for match point. She just pounds this overhead volley down. Number 2 doubles now, who was also serving for match point and ends up with a 1-2 punch combo to put it away for good. Here's number 1 singles, who was down early in the second set, but finds a way to reset and gets the win with this deep winner at the net. A little moonball action here for Ashe but she gets her feet right under this ball and puts it away for a couple points later. This would win the match. This would secure a sweep for the Spartans against Bowling Green. The Spartans are now 6-1 on the season. They will hit the road for their next 3 matches and will return to the indoor tennis facility on March 12th. And that will do it for this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. Remember, you can watch our shows anytime on our YouTube channel. I'm Marin Klein.
And I'm AJ Evans. We won't have a show next week, but we will be back with exciting content in the rest of March. See you then.